Exciting times. On February 26th, aka 226, if you'll read dates like an American, Meshtastic released the first preview in the new 2.6 firmware series. This new line is feature packed, so let's jump directly into what's new. The first item in the release notes is both the most important and also the least noticeable by the average person, and that is next hop routing. Meshtastic uses flood routing by default, which means that it more or less broadcasts or rebroadcasts all messages to everyone as long as there are hops left. Many have argued that this really isn't routing, and it's more analogous to spam everyone the messages and hope it gets there. Well, with the new next hop routing, which is currently only used for direct messages for now, a message will still be flooded out, but upon return, it will include a routing path to be used for future DMs. This will reduce some network load as future DMs won't be flooded out. There is more detailed breakdown on the blog. The next item on the release notes is the MUI, or Meshtastic User Interface. You've seen it shown off at events. You've seen YouTube videos from Jeff Geerling about how to get it. But until recently, it was very not ready for regular users. Excitingly, this 2.6 preview finally includes the MUI as an option for a subset of devices with larger screens. So that would include those of the like of TDEC, the Sense Cap indicator, and the Unphone, and more. I've got it running here on the TDEC, but as a comparison, I've got a WizMesh Tap, which is still running the old UI. It's not exactly great. But with the TDEC, you can see it's the nice new fancy firmware. It's a little slow to get around, but it is fully featured, and it even supports maps for mesh nodes if you load up the SD card. I can't really tell here, but there is in fact mapping going on. This is super cool, and it's great to see. Keep in mind that as with everything in the 2.6 preview release, it's still pre-alpha. It's certainly not an iPhone level of polish, but this is hugely better than the previous versions that have been out there. The MUI approaching general availability finally makes devices like the TDEC a great option for those who desire a standalone device. Surprisingly, we got not one, but two new UIs, with the second one being InkHUD. Ink as in e-ink. While there is nothing wrong with the standard interface on the e-ink devices like the LilyGo T3S3 paper, which I have here, that looks very similar, in fact, to the old UI you can see on this one, the Meshtastic devs clearly knew that there was more they could do with it. The new InkHUD is available on 3 Heltec devices along with the LilyGo T-Echo, as seen here. This is the Heltec Vision Master E290, and you can see that it's got its new UI. This is in fact a map of sorts and a list of recent nodes. It's just a little bit better and a little bit nicer. And there are in fact options that you can turn on and off. The T-Echo is also running the new UI here, very similarly, and it even makes it so that you can turn on the backlight on this, which I honestly never knew existed until today. The other 3 features, which I suppose we'll call smaller, even though they'd be important callouts of their own on a normal day, are: first, improved device state file management. If you've ever had a Meshtastic node corrupt itself and lose everything, you run across exactly this type of issue that they are addressing here. Especially in busy mesh with a lot of node data, it was not uncommon for the node database to corrupt itself and the device. Hopefully, that'll be a thing of the past. The second item is Meshtastic over LAN. Right now, this is a mostly undocumented feature and is really targeted at developers. It allows nodes to communicate over Wi-Fi or Ethernet networks without requiring the overhead of MQTT. With the addition of support already in progress for US-based LoRa radios and Meshtastic for Linux now being available via Docker containers, you can see the first glimpses towards multi-hub radio configuration coming. Last but not least is optimized LoRa slot time calculations. This is one of those little things that will be greatly beneficial for large meshes or more RF-dense environments. As a word of warning, if you flash the 2.6 preview, it will wipe your devices. And well, The firmware isn't visible on GitHub, and it's hidden on the web flasher unless you can figure out the secret code. One might say it's a Konami code. For those who have never NES'd, ask Wikipedia. As you can see here, I've already upgraded quite a number of devices to 2.6 and had some great experiences, but this is early days. So go out there and have some meshing fun!